Hey guys, hello from Celebration, Florida. This is actually my old stomping ground, Celebration, Florida. Today's video is a special one for me. Today, the day that you're seeing this, actually, the day that I'm uploading it, January 10th, marks my 3-year anniversary as a Floridian, which is just wild to think about. I think about when I first moved here and was just kind of beginning this whole journey, and it was something that, if you've been on the channel for a while, I had talked about for years. It was always my dream to one day move to Florida, move to the Disney area, and making that happen for myself was one of just the greatest accomplishments in my life, and something that I'm so proud that I did. It's something that I was so nervous about, and let me tell you, if anytime you're nervous about something, go for it. Honestly, go for it, because this has been the greatest 3 years of my life, and this place has become home immediately. And so to celebrate 3 years in Florida, I kind of thought I would take it back to where my journey began, which was actually where I'm standing right now, this town of Celebration, Florida. So I don't live here anymore, but when I initially moved, this was where I had my first apartment and began my Florida journey. Being at Disney has always felt like home for me, but I was always kind of nervous, like, coming down here, especially when I initially moved. Like, my parents hadn't retired and moved down here yet, so I didn't really know anybody. I had a couple of friends in the area, but I didn't know that many people, so that was something I was always kind of nervous about. But this town in particular, like Celebration, became my home, like, so instantly, and I'm going to talk more about that today. So yeah, come with me as we're going to celebrate 3 years living in Florida and have a celebration vlog. Quite literally, it's a celebration vlog in celebration. And Celebration, Florida has a really neat history. I want to point out some of those details as I'm going around here tonight, but Disney is not affiliated with Celebration anymore. They no longer own the town. They had sold it a couple years back, but this town was founded by Disney, and you can definitely tell. There's a lot of just the way that the town is laid out. It is set up just to be that quote-unquote perfect town, and it really does feel like that. So yeah, join me for a little walk and talk around Celebration, Florida. I want to point out some places of significance here. Also, I want to share something really special that I've actually never talked about here before. And initially, I had never shared this, just strictly for privacy reasons, back when I was living here and working here. I used to work here in the town of Celebration, and that was such a significant part of my living in Florida journey, because honestly, so if you're not familiar with my story here on the channel, I had moved to Florida and initially was a part of the Disney College program. So that was kind of my stepping stone of how I got down here to Florida. I ended up leaving the Disney College program early, and I had shared at that point on the vlogs, you know, I got a different job just in Florida, and I had never shared what that was, and as I was saying, that was strictly just for a privacy reason. But now that I no longer work there, I can share it on here and kind of tell you about that time in my life. So when I left Disney, I worked here in retail in Celebration, Florida, which was also the town I was living in, so I had a 2-minute commute to work, which was incredible. I worked at the Woofgang Bakery dog store. This is the dog grooming salon and also pet store, and it was the most fun job I've ever had in my entire life. I absolutely loved it. Working in retail has always been something that I've enjoyed, and working in retail here specifically was the coolest experience. Working in the town that Disney founded, that Disney built. And what was so significant also about working here, and why it was such a pivotal part of kind of my Floridian journey, was working here in the town of Celebration. You get a lot of tourists that come into the town. Everybody wants to see this place, and you'll see why here in a second. Like, this town is definitely a tourist spot. People love to come to dinner, and I highly recommend that. If you're on a Disney vacation, it would be like a 10-15 minute Uber ride. Come over to Celebration for dinner one night. You won't regret it. Just walk around the shops and get to explore this town that Disney built. So yeah, you get a lot of tourists over here, but additionally, you get so many locals, and this town just welcomed me with open arms. And as for somebody who was, you know, moved away from their entire life of everything they knew, moved away from their family, I felt like I always had somebody that if I was to get a flat tire, if I was to need help, somebody would come and help me. Like, being here in Celebration, I got that sense of community, and it was just so special. So this town is forever gonna have a special place in my heart, and you'll get that feeling if you move to Celebration, you're gonna get that. But yeah, I love my time getting to work in this town also, and really getting just fully immersed in Celebration. So there's my little story time, but let's take a walk around the lake. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and insert right now some clips of when I was driving into town today, pointing out some different places of significance and things to see. So this right here is Waterside Drive, and we would walk down this a lot living here, and you can see the views of the golf course. And there's a couple gators that live on this golf course that we could sometimes see out on the banks. I don't see any today, it's too cold for them out there, but that was always something we enjoyed, was taking walks down here. A lot of people walk their dogs. As you can see, there's a doggy out walking. And another doggy. And the homes are just beautiful around here. They're absolutely gorgeous. A lot of people say Celebration's kind of like a backlot. And another dog. And it really does feel like that. It feels like a backlot out in California somewhere. And this lady that's down here on the corner, every single holiday she decorates for. And right now she has the Valentine's Day decorations up. So cute. But yeah, she goes all out for every holiday. They have so many beautiful lakes around here. And then remember this, I'm gonna point this out later, but this is East Lawn. The beautiful homes down East Lawn Drive. People refer to this as the Beverly Hills of Celebration. Very nice area, and you can actually see, we're gonna see the back sides of these homes a bit later, so remember that. And there's a NEV. Those are neighborhood electric vehicles, those little golf carts. It's my dream one day to have a NEV. You see lots of them driving around here. And then this right here is Town Hall. This is a special place. When you become a Celebration resident, you get to come here and get your resident ID card. And they also have some really neat exhibits in there. I should take you guys in there sometime. They have exhibits that harken back to the Disney history in the town and kind of talk about how Walt Disney always wanted to establish a community of sorts, and kind of the Disney company's influence on Celebration, because Disney was who founded Celebration. Yeah, Celebration came about it was 1994, and I think the first big phase was like 1996. So this right here is Celebration Avenue that we're on, and they have a lot of storefronts. There's some nail salons, insurance companies, real estate agencies, just lots of different storefronts on the main street. And right here is Market Street. And they close this down every Sunday to do a farmer's market. And this right here is like the main heart of Celebration. They have a ton of restaurants and shops, and the beautiful lakefront is all right here. And this right here is Lake Reinhard in Celebration. So right down in the center there, that is Market Street, and then Front Street goes around here. You also have the old abandoned movie theater, which is a really neat piece of Celebration history. But Lake Reinhard, this is a beautiful stroll that you can do. You can just go all the way around the entirety of the lake. All the benches have, this one's kind of worn, but has the Celebration emblem imprinted on it. When I worked down here, I would take a lot of my breaks and sometimes walk around the lake just to get my steps in, and it was always really peaceful. And you saw a lot of wildlife out here too. Specifically, everybody knows there's a gator that's in this lake. There's a couple of gators. I've also seen down in here a snake before. He usually lives over on this side. There's a lot of leaves right now, but all back through here is like all swampland. So this is just like natural Florida back here. But yeah, this is the cool thing. It's so peaceful here. You would never know that just 10-15 minute drive, you're at Walt Disney World. So it really is a little slice of paradise. You feel like you're out of that main traffic and just tourist hub. If you meet somebody, this is kind of like a little insider local thing. If you meet somebody in Celebration and you're like, oh yeah, I live in Celebration or I live here too, they always will ask you what village, because Celebration is divided into a bunch of villages. So, and to be honest, I'm not even like, I know a good amount, but I'm not fully up on the exact like breakdown of where each village begins and ends. I'm pretty sure the houses that are close here to the center of town, this is Main Village, then there's Celebration Village, East Village, South Village, Island Village, that's the brand new village that was just recently made. They were actually, when I moved into town back in 3 years ago, January 2022, it was like just opening and still under construction. And it was really cool living here, kind of seeing the process of that all being made. And it had been years since Celebration made a new section of the town. Also, the squirrels here in Celebration, the friendliest squirrels ever. They're like theme park squirrels, because people, they're just used to people. Because people are always around this lake. And I think people feed them, so they're super friendly. This right here in this kind of mush area was where I one time saw a baby gator. You guys, like the size of my forearm, like so tiny. He was so cute. But you know the mama's not far away when you see the babies. We got some doggies walking in front of us. Celebration is definitely a dog town. A lot of the establishments, the restaurants are all dog friendly, or you can sit outside with your dog. But yeah, when I was working at Woofgang at the dog store, I would pride myself on, I knew a good majority of the dogs that were our regulars that would come in. And still to this day, like if we come down to the farmers market on Sundays, it's fun. It's like a little reunion for me. Like I get to see the regulars, and yeah, I love. Shout out to all the dogs of Celebration, and shout out to some of you guys, because literally I've met, when I was working in Woofgang, I would get to meet some of you that watch the videos. I've made a lot of friends that way as well, so you guys know who you are, so shout out to you. Now, if you're coming to Celebration, this is something a lot of people know to walk around the main Lake Reinhardt here, but you can see there's the hotel in front of us. Actually, if you turn down this direction, you'll see here's the bike rental. And right here, you can take this boardwalk back to another set of lakes. This will take you to Lake Evelyn back here. And you can see some absolutely gorgeous homes down here. And so this is kind of a bit lesser known. Look at this squirrel. I'm telling you, they're so friendly. Hello. Oh, he's following. He's like, let me show you the way. Take us, squirrel. Take us. So this is always a tip when I'd be working in the store. I would tell people if they were tourists to come check this out. This was always my little tip I'd like to give. Oh, what's that? Is there a deer? You can find deer in here. Mom is with me right now. Oh my goodness, look at him. Look at the deer. Oh, he's beautiful. Yeah, this is the time of night they come out. Yeah, I hear more rustling back here. So keep your eye out. You'll never know what you might see. There's definitely a lot of nature. Again, just a quick little boardwalk, and we're over to Lake Evelyn. Yeah, I've seen around here everything from gators, deer. People had spotted a black bear. I never saw the black bear. I'm kind of happy about that. I don't think you want to have an encounter with a black bear, but they are around in Celebration. Raccoons, lots of raccoons. Oh, an otter. Seen an otter before. And right here, this is Lake Evelyn. And there's some really nice homes over here. And then if you see, there's yet another little boardwalk. Remember I had mentioned earlier in the footage when we were driving in, how I was gonna talk about those beautiful homes that are down East Lawn. You can actually see the back sides of those homes if you take that boardwalk down. One time I saw a gator like right here. This is going to be a vlog of me telling you all the places I've seen alligators in Celebration. Hi. The friendliest squirrels. It's so funny. The first time that I ever came to Celebration was 2020. We had never come over here to explore, but we were here on a vacation we had Mum with us. We just had always wanted to check it out, so we came over here. It was right around Halloween, so we got to see, they used to do the lights on Jeter Bend, which it's kind of sad they don't do that anymore, but there was a certain street here in town that would go all out with decorations, and they would have all the houses like synced up to music, and it just, I think it became too much of a traffic spectacle and everything that they couldn't keep it up, but we did get to experience it a couple years in a row. But when we came here in 2020, it was so funny. Like, we came over, we were just on vacation, stopped in for the night, and like little did I know then that this was going to be where I lived initially in Florida, and that's just kind of cool to think about. So we've taken this second boardwalk down, and this is going to take us into East Lawn. And East Lawn back here, there's some beautiful homes. One of these homes, actually a couple of them, have pools with water slides, which is so fun. Hi! Oh, there's a pretty deer. Oh my goodness, always coming this way. Oh, hi, honey. Hi. Oh, he's beautiful. Oh, look at him. Oh, there's a baby deer right over there. And a squirrel. Oh my gosh, there's another deer, look. It's right over there. He just jumped down from those people's backyard. Like, how did you get down there? Look, his friend is up in the other yard. It's like, he's like, I jumped. I gotta jump down. Oh. There, he did it! Yay! Big jump. Yeah, it's so beautiful back here. You can see how cool is that? They have a water slide going from their top of their balcony back there down into the pool. It's so peaceful back here. So yeah, definitely come visit Celebration if you have time. It's a great place for a day trip. We're back into the heart of downtown Celebration, and this right here is the Celebration Hotel. I would love to stay a night here sometime. It's so cool. This hotel looks out over the lake, and you are right here in the heart of downtown Celebration, which is perfect location. And right over here is a Starbucks that I frequented a lot when I was working just a couple footsteps over there. I would get my break and I would come out and get my Starbucks. I earned a lot of stars when I was working in downtown Celebration. So there's Starbucks right on the end. You have avocado Mexican grill. And then me and my family's favorite right here, the Celebration Town Tavern. This would be my recommendation if you're looking for somewhere to come down here, downtown. Absolutely love the tavern. You can't go wrong. It has all your traditional pub food, burgers, the chicken on the stick, so good. It has like a soy sweet glaze sauce that it comes with, absolutely amazing. There's also the diner right here, the Celebration Diner. They have a phenomenal breakfast in the morning. My other favorite for dinner, it's a little more pricey. I've only ever been here one time, and it was actually with the Woofgang staff. It was our company Christmas dinner the one year. We went to Colombia. Colombia is absolutely incredible Spanish cuisine, a very nice experience if you're looking for like a nice date night or just a nicer celebratory meal. That would be definitely my recommendation, a great spot to check out. And right here, this is Market Street down the center, and you have a ton of great shops, some more dining locations down there. This is Reggiano's, the Italian restaurant right on the corner. And here's Lake Reinhard. I would love to come down to these rocking chairs sometimes on my break. I would always sometimes pack a lunch, or sometimes I'd go get takeout from one of the restaurants around here. Just come sit by the water or sit at one of these tables. This was really such a just special chapter of my life, getting to live and work down here. And yeah, it's always gonna be a special part of my Florida journey. I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I felt like my 3-year anniversary in Florida was a good time to do this here. And so right here, there's Woofgang. That's where I worked. If you have dogs, definitely go there. They have great groomers, the best in the area. They will do a wonderful job if you're looking to get your dogs groomed, if you live local. And down here, this is actually really cool. So here is Kilwin's ice cream shop. Absolutely incredible ice cream. But this is a really neat piece of Celebration history. This is the abandoned Celebration Theater. Has not been opened since the 90s here in town. So I've never gotten to experience it. But when I was working in the shop, I would talk to some people that had been Celebratians for years, some original Celebratians, and they had memories of going to this movie theater when it was an operating movie theater. It was an AMC, and it shut down when the AMC came into Disney Springs. They have private property signs up because they did a couple years ago. They had issues with some people breaking in here. But you can actually see, just look at the tile and everything. This is really just like preserved out of the 90s. It's pretty cool. It's kind of eerie too. The abandoned movie theater. They have the old ticket windows right out front. All of this has just been abandoned here for years. There's an ice cream truck. I have never seen that in Celebration. That is a first. And then down on the other side of the abandoned movie theater, this is Columbia, the restaurant I was telling you is one of my favorites. There's only 2 locations, I believe. The original location is down in Tampa, a very famous establishment, and then they have this location up here. Oh, and here, if you're looking for a great event to bring your dogs to, I worked this event in town a couple of times. Pups and Pints is Saturday, January 18th. Which that is put on by the town down here in Lakeside Park. They will do a ton of different vendors, and they have dog-friendly activities. There's, I believe, like a dog talent show that you can enter your dog in, a bunch of fun things like that. So if you're around on January 18th, bring your dog. Come down to downtown Celebration. You can see here they have this fountain, which is kind of a splash pad also. There's always kids and dogs playing in this splash pad. And they have the different locations with the mile markers. And you'll notice this one right here, Walt Disney World, is just that away. So Woofgang here closes every night at 9 o'clock, and when I would work the closing shift, 9 o'clock is also when Epcot closes. And so there was a lot of times I would be hearing and seeing the bit of the sky lighting up of the Epcot fireworks when I would be in the parking lot back here. I also was really fortunate when I lived here. It was something I didn't know moving in, but it ended up being the greatest surprise. I could see the Epcot fireworks from my old apartment, which was just the coolest thing ever. I remember it instantly gave me that sense of peace of just like, oh my gosh, I'm home. Like Disney's always been my home, and when I realized that like I could look out my bedroom window or stand on my balcony and see the Epcot fireworks, it was such a cool feeling and something I did not take for granted. It was just so special. And speaking of my old apartment complex, when I was driving into town, I actually stopped there, and I'm going to insert the clips right here and talk about, I lived at Del Mar, Del Mar. Honestly, I lived there for 2 years and people pronounced it different ways, but I get the question a lot. If you're looking to move to Florida and you're wondering where would be a good apartment complex, I would highly recommend it. Honestly, anywhere in Celebration is a great area, super safe, close drive to Disney. So I'm gonna play those clips right now. Well, here it is. This is Del Mar. This is my first apartment complex that I lived in, my only apartment complex I ever lived in Florida. This was where my Florida story began. And then the main clubhouse is back here. It's crazy to be back here. I have been back here though many times because I still have a lot of friends that live in the area, so it feels like I haven't left. But yeah, I really love my time here so much. Honestly, I'd recommend this complex wholeheartedly. It's close to Disney, and yeah, here's the pool back here. I gave a more detailed tour, and I'll link the video where I actually toured through my apartment when I moved out and I had showed the pool, but here it is. This is Del Mar. It is crazy being back here, and I just remember all my thoughts and feelings, like the first time I moved in here and all the nervousness, and like truly this place became home so quickly for me, and it was very hard to leave here. It was very hard to leave here. This is home, like, and even being back here, every time I come to visit, I'm just instantly like this sense of peace washes over me. You know, this is really like one of the first places that I was just like, I'm home here in Florida. And obviously Disney World, of course. Oh, there's a cute puppy up there. Hi, baby. I always love seeing everybody's dogs that lived here. Don't know if I know a lot of them now, but when I lived here, I knew a good amount of the dogs in this complex. And right here was one of the main courtyards in the middle of the building. So I was in this building on this side, and I would walk down this path every single day, coming and going from my apartment. And actually, I was that apartment right there on the 4th floor, right up there. Let's see if I can get a bit better view. Yep, right up there, that balcony. And you could perfectly see the Epcot fireworks kind of angled. Epcot and Disney are just like right over there. So yeah, I could, if I would look out at an angle, I could see the Epcot fireworks, which was so special living here. But yeah, let's now head down from here in Main Village, the main part of downtown Celebration. Let's go drive over to Island Village, and I can show you the new part of town. This is the newest village that has been built in recent years here in Celebration. Village. So this is the newest section, like I said, of Celebration. They have an apartment complex down here, they have more homes, and they're kind of making like a bit of a second downtown of sorts. They have some different shops on the main street here, and actually some of these places have just opened. I've been here since they've opened this place, Coffee for the Soul, which was really good. I believe it was the farmer's coffee that it had like honey in it. So good. Absolutely love that. This barber shop is brand new. This was not open, I don't think, the last time I was down here. And then they have a new ice cream shop. This is Scoop Celebration, Scoop ice cream. Oh, it smells so good in here. Look at the cute pictures of puppies with ice cream. Oh, so there's their menu. They've got ice cream, shakes. So I went with one of my go-tos, cookies and cream. I'm usually either cookie dough or cookies and cream. Those are my favorite ice cream flavors. And I thought this was cute. If you get it in a cup, they still put a piece of like a waffle cone in the top.
Banana pudding.
Fudgy brownie.
Primo. Well, that was absolutely amazing. Come to Scoop's. Scoop. Just not plural, just Scoop. Scoop ice cream Celebration. They're so nice in there too. That was excellent. Such creamy consistency. And look at this, Dad just said it's the ice cream machine. It's like the mystery machine. That is so cool. Look at that. And look at this nice little seating area. It's chilly out now, coming out from the ice cream shop, but you can sit here on a nice warm day, look out over this lake. I'm gonna end this video right here. I really just wanted to do a nice kind of casual story time catch up of just sharing a really special piece of my life, sharing my time here in Celebration, Florida, because this is where my story began. My first year living here, actually my first 2 years of this 3-year journey were here in Celebration. And I feel like it was such a pivotal part too of what really made me feel like I was a local and really feel like I was in a community. I just am so grateful for my time here, and this town also brought me to so many great friendships, like some of my closest friends. I've been wanting to make this video and I felt like my 3-year anniversary was a good time to do this. So thank you for coming along with me and watching, and thank you for being here on this 3-year journey in Florida, and we're just getting started. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, so make today magical, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye!